What is going on, guys, and welcome back into the Rams house. I'm going to be previewing the Rams versus Ravens this upcoming Sunday. It's been flexed to the early window. A lot of people coming into this season were circling this as a big primetime premier matchup that was going to happen. I mean, you have big players on it, big names, everything like that. They were expecting a big showdown, but it's really the injury bug that has been biting the Ravens this year, just taking out all sorts of players, big name players for them, and they've had to fight through a lot of adversity this year. And so now it's been flexed to the early window, and I do think it's still a tough matchup. I do think it's any given Sunday, and I do think that the Ravens have a very good coaching staff, and they have some pretty good depth as well, in my opinion. So we cannot take this game lightly, and let's just get into the Rams' offensive game plan. It's very interesting because for the Rams, their December football, their new identity that they have found, technically their first identity, it felt like for the first couple months we really didn't have one, but the identity that they've built and developed up to this point in December has been the power running with Sony Michel, establishing the tempo with him, then using the play action, the slants, the quick passes, everything like that to help benefit them. But the problem for this game is the Ravens are number one in stopping the run. So it's going to be very interesting to see how our offensive game plan looks this week, because I don't think that we're going to have a ton of success versus this Ravens defense in the run game just because of how dominant they've been. That's going to be a very big challenge, because we saw when the Rams started to become a very one-dimensional passing team, spread sets, all of that they were easily stoppable on defense, but they could affect them and they were not as dangerous. So I think for the Rams, they're going to have to make sure that their protection is on point. The Ravens love to blitz. I know from watching them, my brother being a Bengals fan, the Ravens love to blitz a lot, and so the communication on the offensive line is going to have to be on point. I know our offensive line has been one of the better offensive lines in football, but we're going to have to make sure that stays and maintained against those blitzes, because we cannot have Stafford going down, having negative plays, and then having him turn the ball over because he's nervous about the pressure. We just can't have that happen. I think we're going to have a good cohesive passing game, motions, screens, everything we can to help counter the pressure, counter that pass rush, because I really don't think they'll have a ton of success running the ball. As far as Cooper Kupp goes, I know everybody's looking at him breaking records, getting 2,000 yards, everything like that. I know that the Ravens secondary is banged up, I know all of that, but they actually did a very good job against Davante Adams earlier in the season, holding him to 44 yards and 1 touchdown, and that was due to their scheming that they had. I think they can scheme up against Cooper Kupp pretty well, but the problem that the Ravens will have is that he just moves everywhere in the lineup. He can be in the tight end position, the running back position, out wide, the slot. He really lines up anywhere. So the Ravens will have a challenge, but I don't think Cooper Kupp is going to be the focal point on the offensive side in the passing game this time. I think the Rams will get him involved. I think there'll be plays here and there, but I think just knowing what they did against Davante Adams is going to play a key role into this game. I think they're going to try to do similar things to help shutting him down, and it could end up working. I mean, the Cardinals held him under 100 yards earlier in the season in week 4. We could see that again. I think Odell and Van Jefferson are going to be guys that we're going to have to lean on heavily in this game. Odell knows the Ravens well after being in that AFC North division before, so hopefully we can rely on him, and I think that if Stafford can rely on connecting on him pretty well and getting Van Jefferson involved, I think that could be good, and all the attention could be on Kupp and let those guys, do their thing and get open. As far as the Rams' defensive game plan, I think stopping the run is going to be a focal point, similar to last week before we knew Dalvin Cook was out. I think stopping the Ravens' run game is going to be key. I mean, no matter who they put back there, they seem to run really well. They seem to have good protections, good schemes, everything like that to get the run game going, and we can't let that happen, because then that just opens the whole offense up for the Ravens to do what they want, and we can't let that happen, and especially if Lamar Jackson's not playing like that. I think making sure that we don't cater to the backup quarterback is going to be a big thing. So stopping the run is key. The Rams have been great at doing that in the last 4 or 5 games, and I think they can continue on doing that. I think making the Ravens one-dimensional, having the pass rush get after it, making them throw towards Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams, Dante Dion, who have been playing really, really good football, is going to be a key in this game, because I think when you make any team one-dimensional, that's always a good thing. But if you can make the Ravens with potentially a backup quarterback like that, I think Tyler Huntley is good, but he is a backup quarterback. He's not Lamar Jackson. I think when you can have that where he's forcing to just be passing it all the time, I think that's exactly what the Rams want, what the defense wants. I think that this game is going to be a really big challenge for both sides. I think it's going to be a good game, but I do think the end result will be Rams 27, Ravens 17. I think it's going to be more close in the first half. I think the Rams will start to pull away a little bit more in the third and fourth quarter, and will come out with the win, adding on to 12 wins. So thank you guys so much for watching another Rams House video. If you do like Rams content, please subscribe down below, and I'd really appreciate it. For you Ravens fans, let me know what you think down below as well. You're always welcome in the channel. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Horns up and God bless.